The show is called Paul Finebaum Can't Stop Talking About Colorado Football. You know, we kind of teased this on Tuesday, but Paul Finebaum kind of has something to say. You know, when it came to Colorado being in the top 25, Associated Press obviously came out with their top 25, and Colorado was not in it, but they received a vote. And Finebaum had a take on that. Take a listen.
One guy who voted for Colorado yesterday, because I mean they got one vote. Now you got to deal with
dang well it wasn't him.
Is that you?
Yeah. You know, being first take, I'm surprised we didn't have an entire 2-hour show today praising Coach Prime for completely dumping on the local media, the media that shows up every day at his practices to support him. And we don't have enough time, so I won't bother talking about how disgraceful it was and what a terrible look. I'll save that for Matt Berry's podcast.
There you go. Again, ESPN College Football YouTube channel.
We will watch.
Matt, your thoughts on this?
Look, man, Colorado got a vote. Good. Who gives a shit about preseason voting? I mean, preseason voting is fucking ridiculous anyway. Who cares? Look, obviously Finebaum, somebody from Colorado fucked his girlfriend when he was in college or something, and he's got a vendetta. And he's just going to come out looking stupid at the end of this, bro. You know he is. I mean, look, the guy who voted for Colorado, good for you. I'm glad you did it. Finebaum, not everybody that thinks Colorado is going to be good is a fucking idiot, number one. I mean, you just sound dumb because you can't see it. And then this joke, like somehow Coach Prime is like, what, he's not a real football coach. They don't have a real football program, and Shador's not really the number one pick, and Travis Hunter's not real, and all this other stuff that's real, that's tangible. I'm almost getting tired of attacking all the haters. I'm almost sick of it. Like, at this point, the player inside of me is like, well, watch us play, motherfucker. You know, my senior year, BG Brooks bitch ass, who still writes for the Denver Post, maybe. That's a real high-class fucking paper, let me tell you. But they picked us to go 0-12. I didn't, there was no social media back in the day, but I didn't, freak out and start talking shit. I was just like, all right, well, watch us.
Yeah.
So, look, for Finebaum to come out and act like he knows what's going on with the media and why all that shit happened is also naive. Again, Paul, do you think maybe you should, do your fucking research before you talk? So, look, bro, I'm a little over all the hate, and to be honest with you, it's not going to stop. That when they win, people are going to hate. When they lose, people are going to fucking pound on. So, whatever, just keep talking, Paul. I mean, obviously, you know way more about football than everybody that actually plays.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I think Paul's deeper root of, this take on Colorado is Dion. I really think he has a big issue with Dion, whether that's racial, whether that's whatever you want to say it is. He seems to have an issue here. He kept talking about the same thing here. Take a listen here.
Okay, I'm sure that's going to get me in trouble with Coach Prime. I'm sure he's going to yell at me like he did the local media on Saturday, but I really don't care.
But that's what I was thinking. We saw the back and forth with Deion Sanders and the local media and Coach Prime. So now he's going to have a problem with the entire Associated Press because they only got one vote, and now we know it wasn't Paul Finebaum. That's just into SportsCenter as well.
Matt, your thoughts on those who have such a big issue with Deion, the way Deion handled the Sean Keeler and CBS Sports and all that during his press conference?
Well, look, I'm not going to sit here and play the race card. I hate when people do that to me. I think it's I think if the minute you play the race card, I think you sound like such a sniveling little fucking bitch that can't have a conversation. All right, I'm not playing the fucking race card with Finebaum. I don't know if he's an asshole or not. I am saying this. He knows that he can talk out the side of his mouth and get away with it, because all he's going to do, he's not going to ever admit that he was wrong if he does turn out to be wrong. So, Sean Keeler's taken the opportunity with his platform to dog CU and dog Prime and not believe, and Coach Prime had enough. The CBS stuff is a lot deeper than a coach ranking. It has to do with his son and with a bunch of other shit that happened. So it's much deeper than that. And again, these guys are just national media members talking with another segment that just comes up. So it's uneducated, but I'm not surprised. You know, they're laughing and making jokes about it. Just more gas on the fucking fire. Keep pouring that gas, motherfuckers.
Yeah, exactly. And it ain't gonna stop. If people think it's gonna stop, you're crazy.
Yeah, let's be real. ESPN is just about as bad as it gets when it comes to coverage and opinions, and
really
they're super fucking woke, and like Disney owns them, so I'm surprised everybody there, you know, isn't using pronouns and all that. Like, I can't take 99% of what everybody says on ESPN seriously. It's like fake. It's the fake news of the sports world. So
yeah, true.
And if I said pronouns and you got offended, fuck you. There's my pronoun.
Yeah, exactly.